Hello, my name is Sophia and I'm part of the team here at Safe Ministry Check. At Safe Ministry Check, we're genuinely excited about making life easier for churches and organisations by lightening their administrative tasks. One great way we do this is by helping you sync your Safe Ministry Check account with the Elvanto Church database. In this video, we're going to go through how to set up your Elvanto account using groups. So how does Safe Ministry Check and Elvanto syncing work? As the diagram shows, the way we integrate with Elvanto and keep both systems up to date is through priority and minority fields. Safe Ministry Check pulls the minority fields, which are the name, mobile number, and email of a person's Elvanto profile, and creates them a profile in Safe Ministry Check. This profile is then synced to their Elvanto profile. The Elvanto profile is the master account in these minority details. Changes of minority details in Safe Ministry Check will not transfer to Elvanto. The priority fields are their overall training and screening status, the date they completed or required training, their Working with Children check number, status, or expiry. Safe Ministry Check pushes these fields to the person's Elvanto profile. You can set up your own custom Elvanto fields for these priority fields. Changes of details of priority fields in Elvanto will not change in Safe Ministry Check. Changes to the priority fields must be made in Safe Ministry Check. On your Elvanto syncing settings in Safe Ministry Check, you will see a step-by-step action list. The first step of setting up your Elvanto syncing is to go to your Elvanto account, go to Settings, go to Developers, go to Integrations, click Add Integration, select Safe Ministry Check. You will have a pop-up that reads, click here to integrate with Safe Ministry Check. However, close this and head back into your settings, and next to integration, there will be an API option. Copy your API key. Go to your dashboard in Safe Ministry Check, select the settings drop-down menu, go to Elvanto syncing. In step 1, there will be the option to update your Elvanto API key. Click this and add your API key and save changes. From here, you will have your Elvanto syncing settings that you can customize. The second step is to link fields in Safe Ministry Check and Elvanto. In step 2 on your Elvanto syncing settings page, you'll be able to link Safe Ministry Check fields to Elvanto fields, as Safe Ministry Check can update the priority fields in Elvanto. You can create custom fields in Elvanto for a person's training, Working with Children check / blue card status, and other records by going to Elvanto, then to People, then to Categories, then to select any category, and then add custom field. From here, you can match these Safe Ministry Check priority fields to a custom Elvanto field. You do not have to use the same names for your fields. Make sure these fields are set to View Only in Elvanto. Safe Ministry Check will be the main source for your Safe Ministry Check information and will replace any changes made in Elvanto. As mentioned before, any changes made to priority fields in Elvanto are replaced by Safe Ministry Check's record of these priority fields. In Elvanto, the custom fields need to be set to the right type so that the data transferred over from Safe Ministry Check to Elvanto will be formatted correctly. In the Safe Ministry Check field, it will be Overall Screening Status. The Elvanto field should be a single line text or a drop-down with at least the options of Cleared, Pending, and Expired. In the Safe Ministry Check field, it's the Screening Status description. The Elvanto custom field should be a single line text. The Safe Ministry Check field will be Training Course Completion Date. The Elvanto custom field should be Date Type. The Safe Ministry Check field for Working with Children status will have the equivalent Elvanto custom field of a single line text or a drop-down with at least the options of Cleared, Pending, Failed, and Expired. The Safe Ministry Check field Working with Children check number should be the Elvanto custom field single line text. The Safe Ministry Check Working with Children check expiry date should have an Elvanto custom field of date type. Step 3 in the Elvanto settings will ask you to choose how you want to pull names from Elvanto. If you're looking to sync by Elvanto groups, then you can click Auto Sync People in specific Elvanto groups. Then you can click Link Elvanto groups and then choose which groups you want to complete a certain level of training. The way you would set this up in Elvanto is by creating a group or groups named in a similar way to Safe Ministry Check Insert Training Level. In Elvanto, you would put people who you want to do each level of training into that group. You will then have the option in the Link Elvanto Group tab to choose what groups will match what training level, which will then prompt profiles from Elvanto to be created in Safe Ministry Check. It is important that you assign individuals to the specific level of training and screening that you want them to complete by the Elvanto groups. You cannot add everyone to a specific level, such as volunteer or leader, and then change their training level in Safe Ministry Check, as it will revert back to the training levels assigned by Elvanto. When thinking about syncing by groups versus departments, it's helpful to keep in mind that syncing by groups is often advantageous for smaller churches, organisations and ministries that do not use the department feature or may only have a couple of people in each department. This approach prevents the hassle of setting up and maintaining complex systems, as a trainee only needs to be added, removed, or moved to another group to achieve the correct level of training and screening. However, the disadvantage of syncing by groups, especially for larger churches, organisations and ministries, is that it requires more administrative work to cross-reference a trainee's ministry and determine what type of training they need. This involves adding or removing them from groups, which can be challenging when trying to keep groups up to date, particularly if there are others involved in changing people's Elvanto profiles who may not be familiar with the Safe Ministry system. A person's level of training should reflect their highest level of responsibility in ministry, especially if they are part of multiple ministry teams. It's also worth noting that an entire ministry often does not fit into one training level. There are typically multiple levels of training among the people in the ministry, as you may have a team leader and then other leaders. If you are interested in understanding how department syncing is set up, its advantages and disadvantages, check out our video on department syncing or our Elvanto guide blog post. The last step on your Elvanto syncing setup page is answering the question, what should we do when people are no longer in a synced group? You have two options. If you choose leave them in Safe Ministry Check, people who you remove in Elvanto from a Safe Ministry Check training group will not be removed from Safe Ministry Check. They will remain in the account and will receive reminders about training. You will need to remove them manually. If you choose archive them automatically, when they are removed from a Safe Ministry training group in Elvanto, they will be archived in your Safe Ministry Check account, and they will not be asked to complete training or screening. In this step, there is also the option to see matches, which allows you to view the matches between an Elvanto profile and the Safe Ministry Check profile. It also highlights any discrepancies in details between Safe Ministry Check and Elvanto profiles. If you require any assistance with setting up your Elvanto syncing, please do not hesitate to contact the Safe Ministry Check team at support@safeministrycheck.com.au. Thank you.